My name is Leanna. I'm from Vancouver Island in Canada, and I work for EF on the marketing team.
My name's Matt. I'm originally from Leicestershire in the UK, and I'm a regional trainer here at EF.
My name is Diederik. I'm from Belgium, and I'm working here as a teacher trainer.
My name is Leanne Robinson, and I am from Cape Town, South Africa. I work on teacher recruitment here at EF.
To be honest, because it's been so long now, it's quite difficult for me to actually remember that. But I think, if I'm thinking back, what it is, I remember when I was a kid, my dad travelled for work to China and Japan and this part of the world, and would always bring back these gifts and show us pictures and things, and it looked so different from home. So I think, yeah, that was a big part of it, wanting to see something very different from home.
It probably, yeah, again, like, I think I really wanted to experience a totally different culture. So I'd already experienced living in other European countries, but I wanted to experience something totally different. So I had to go as far away as possible. China was perfect for that.
Yeah, so I think initially when I was younger, it was a choice that was made for me a bit by my parents, with them wanting to move over here as well. But as I grew up and got older, I realized after university that being in China was somewhere that I really wanted to be because of the culture and the people, and I really enjoyed the environment living here. So I think it's what made me definitely want to come back after university and immerse myself in Chinese culture.
Probably my flexibility and adaptability. Moving into a new sort of office structure that's a lot more international, you get to work with people from all over the world and learn different working styles, and so it means always kind of being able to take in new ideas and just kind of grow in how you learn to work with people. So it's been really good.
Well, certainly from when I arrived to now, the biggest skill set I've learned is to do with language teaching and teacher training and all that side of stuff, just spending 10 years in the industry. I'd say China specifically, it's an awareness that there are cultural differences. Things that you might take for granted, just timing, for example. Okay, if you're going for an interview in the UK, you probably arrive 15 minutes before the interview. In China, so in my previous job here, I had to interview teaching assistants and local teacher candidates, and they would always turn up like 1 hour before the interview. Things like that, just a small example, and then things like communication styles and planning and forward planning and things like that, and just the way things work here in terms of the way things are organised in terms of work are quite different. So an awareness of that, I think, because I wouldn't have had that awareness before.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I would say being flexible, being adaptable. So I've also lived in between my two stints in China. I've lived in many other countries, and I noticed that I managed to adapt everywhere quite well. And so I think you kind of become, maybe I already was a little bit, but I was probably already quite flexible and adaptable. But it did seem to help me to adapt to other cultures as well, and be diplomatic and always realize you're a guest in another country, and you're not necessarily there to push your ideas on other people, but you also need to keep an open mind and show empathy. And I think all those things help, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think working in a multicultural international environment has, and being able to work with people from all over the world has been a really great skill that I've developed from working in China and working at EF.
I'd say definitely do it. It's going to be an amazing adventure, and it's one of those things where everyone I spoke to before I moved here said, yeah, China's amazing, and now I can totally say the same.
Before I came, I was very nervous about it. I didn't really, I was quite unsure right up until the last minute, and My thinking was I would probably stay here for 1 year and maybe 2, and then probably move back. And the thing that made me decide to come in the end was that I thought, well, I'm signing a 1-year contract. Even if I hate it, I could come back after a year, and I've ended up staying 10. So worst case scenario, you spend a year doing something that you're perhaps not sure about. Best case, you may end up liking it and staying for the longer term. So give it a try, I'd say.
Yeah, keep an open mind. Don't let yourself necessarily be influenced by what other people think, but go and see it, experience it yourself. And then make sure you're ready for it, that you do not necessarily want the same as back home. That's why you do it. And you have to be a bit independent. You have to be a bit resourceful. Do not expect things to be easy. Do not think that people are going to be there and give you everything on a silver platter. No, you will have to take initiative, make friends, find interesting things to do. So it's great if you're willing to do that, but don't come if you're going to be very passive. Then there is no point, I think, to experience a new culture.
Yeah, I would definitely say do it. Come on over. China is a great place to live. I've thoroughly enjoyed sort of working in an international environment and having the experience of getting to know Chinese culture and learn the language. It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that a lot of us find we don't leave after our 1-year contract. So we stay on for a couple of years. So it's definitely a great experience to take on and really good for your future development.